You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello, welcome to Constituent Marking with Fred Long on Proof Text. And this is Fred Long, and we're continuing with 1 Corinthians 14:13. This is a short verse, and let's get right at it. I'm going to read the verse in Greek. Dio o lalon glosse pros evkesto ina diermen neve. All right. We start by putting boxes around conjunctions, which I'm going to do using my green highlighter, but just pretend that's a box. And so you have a dio at the front and then an ina. And when I see an ina right away, I'm going to put brackets around that because that's a subordinate clause. And I'm going to single underline that verb, cut off its ending. Diermen neve means interpret. In order that he or she interprets. All right, so dio is drawing an inference, and it is developing and continuing to build the argument here. O lalon is a what's that called? It's a participle that is functioning like a noun. So it's a substantive participle. So the one speaking, and then we have a dative of means, which I put into curly braces there. The one speaking, glosse. Glosse is dative. The one speaking by way of a language, pros evkesto, let him pray that he interpret, he be able to interpret, or that it, I think it's that he would interpret it. Yeah, so this is ina takes the subjunctive, and it's definitely he is the subject of that. So you have an estho ending. Prasev kesto is a present middle imperative form, and it's a third singular. So let him be praying that he interpret. So the one speaking in a tongue, or so here it might be ecstatic speech, but he needs to be able to interpret it. And that's what Paul is urging, that the one speaking in this kind of utterance. So if it's a language, we don't know. It could be languages, right? So the original tongue speaking was in languages. And if this happens to somebody, you don't know what it is. Like, it could be a language. And I've heard of stories where people are speaking in, tongues, and it actually, someone comes up and says, "How do you know Swahili?" So this happens, especially in frontline ministry work. So if someone is really has this gift, Paul says they need to be praying to interpret it, that they can interpret it. And because in the context, as we've been seeing, if there's not an understanding of what is being said, it doesn't edify anybody. Okay, so this is the problem. The purpose of the gifts is for edification of the body. And if you're speaking in a way that is not understandable, you need to be praying for the ability to nevo, which is to interpret. And that's what he's praying. That's what he's urging for. So the ina is really the goal. The goal is ina, and expressed here. And that goal is interpretation. So the means to get to that is through praying. And that's what Paul says. You got to pray as a means. This is the means right here. And the goal is interpretation. And that leads to edification. All right. Well, I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.